got a lot of sense.
Welcome to episode 472 of Fourth and Jawn. This is the NFC Champs episode. I don't know if you watched the game, but we are going to the Super Bowl. I think it's a exciting time for Eagle fans, Commander fans who were in our comments on our last show. We've never seen it before. I'd love for you guys to come back and join the show. We were very confident about our team. We've been very confident about our team prior to the season even starting. We all said it with our chest that this team was going to the Super Bowl. They had to show it on the field. On the paper, we said it was a Super Bowl team. Throughout the season, we said it was a Super Bowl team. And this team is going to the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. It was a surreal moment just to be in that stadium, to see the confetti. Once it starts shooting around, the green confetti, you feel like a kid. Me and Prime we got in there a little late because the tailgate was kind of popping. So we got there a little late. We were scrounging up trying to get towels. That took about an hour after the game was over. But it's just the excitement of just being there and just thinking about what could be. We like to speak things into existence. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really great. I think I'm in the ilk of Kobe Bryant. Job finish, job not finished.
Job's not finished.
Some people were on Broad Street. They got a little hectic down there, but I'm just saying in general, job not finished. I like to just stay focused, and then we party on Broad. But I think everyone's been, geeked up. I thought our day started off really well. The tailgate was exciting. We had so many people that we had to take 2 group photos. The Eagles stopped down and got a lot of great content from you guys. Hopefully we made the cut for Eagles Unscripted. Shout out to Jennifer Slay who came and gave out some merch and some prizes. But overall, everybody had a great time, and I think that just moved right into the stadium. The vibes were vibing. I think we handled adversity. Now I'll let Ev tell that story, but Ever, how are you feeling, man? You're going back to the Super Bowl. I mean, at your young age, you've seen a lot of Super Bowls, my guy.
I've seen him go to 4 at this point, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. Dude, I feel fantastic. I mean, I'll touch on Broad Street in a second, but just to first of all talk about that game. I mean, I'm not trying to be the I told you so type of guy, but like, dude, I never had a doubt in that throughout that day until as soon as we found out that we were playing the Commanders. Like, I instantly thought about how we were up, by a few possessions when we played them just the last game, the game that they beat us. We were up a few possessions against them when Jalen Hurts goes down. In my opinion, the only reason we lost that game is because Jalen Hurts went down. We were going to roll them just like we rolled them in this game. How about 114 points scored against the Commanders this year? We scored 114 points against the Commanders. Dropped 55 on their head last night, and they're sitting here in their feels, man, today on social media. It's pretty hilarious to see. But back to the basement with you. We are. I said it last night in the group chat. Maybe it's recency biased. And I said it in 2022. In 2022, I said, this is the best Eagles team I've ever said. And last night I said, this is the best Eagles team I've ever seen. I think both of those were true, given that moment. I can't think of an Eagles roster that I've ever seen that is more complete than this one. I mean, we have literally an all-time running back in Saquon Barkley. We have the best, in my opinion, offensive line ever. I mean, the offensive line just moves buildings. And then we've got elite stars just everywhere you look. We got young talent emerging. And I think that we talk about how we have been saying for months now that it's going to be we're going to the Super Bowl. But really, what the nail in the coffin for me was, like, you look at the guys that are stepping up. It's not about the superstars stepping up. It's about the Oren Burks of the world that is playing out of his mind when Nakobe Dean went down. It's about guys like Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson that are leaving it all out there, bro. Like, if I'm being real with you, I have a theory that I think that that was planned. I think that they were both going in there kind of not 100%. And Nick Sirianni and Jeff Stoutland and crew said, all right, we're counting on each of you to pull out a half for each of us. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened. These guys, the will and the resilience is what got us there. It's what got us to this point. And it's great to see. But one last thing, you talked about Broad Street. I was out there last night. Broad Street was a fun time. It got a little bit crazy. But part of me, Gail, I agree with you. I was sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, I love being out here right now. I love celebration. I love the atmosphere. But something about it just feels a little bit dirty. The job's not done yet. So I'm looking forward to partying again in a couple weeks.
Belt to ass. Drop 55 points on that head top. What was it? Was it Friday that we did that, or Saturday morning? I'm sorry, excuse me. Saturday morning we did a preview show of the NFC Championship, and we voiced our opinions, the strengths, the weakness, the concerns, and what we're confident in. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. My concerns turn into like super strength. Like it was like watching Dragon Ball Z. He went in, what was he going to Goku? He went to Goku mode. It was crazy. Seeing Kellen Moore as a confident offensive play caller was just fantastic. Built through the trenches. I got emotional seeing Dickerson and Cam Jurgens limping out of the game, going in for each other, and yeah, it was emotional, bro. And like watching the press conference after we won, it was just like Cam got real emotional. He started breaking down. And I was just like, bro, like, and you're right, Evan, like they were leaving it all out there. What I love about this was the momentum. We got battle tested. It was 18 plays for seven minutes, right? Defense looked a little gas right there, and they only gave up 3. Then it kind of went back and forth, and that's a heavy. It was like a heavyweight fight, like I said in the last pod. But with the jab, the jab is always consistent. The jab is always your best friend when you're in a boxing match, because the jab is something where you leave space. And when I tell you the biggest blow was the 4th and 5th. I thought they was just trying to get them to jump off sides. Mm-hmm. And they throw a 50-50 ball or 80-20 ball. No, get that. 90-10 ball to our guy, A.J. Brown. That was a straw that broke the camel's back, and it just let loose. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Jordan Davis and them Georgia Bulldogs, man. They played lights out. Their hair was on fire. Like, and I'm gonna get into that. I don't want to spoil that one, so I ain't gonna say my underdog. But what I'm gonna say here though is, when you're built through the trenches, the game is easy for you, and you've seen that. Shipley, next time, I'm gonna need you to unleash the trail, bro. Unleash it. I need that speed to go up. Your speed was like at 80. It was like at 88 on Madden. Now it might gone down to, maybe 78. You know what I'm saying? So it was just really good to see good football and turnovers. Like I said, bro, those turnovers, we had 3 of them and we turned them into 21 points. That's what I'm talking about. You don't leave points on the board. You don't leave it on the grass right there. You go and get it. And what I love about this, and I might sound a little cocky, no disrespect, but this secondary is almost close to the Legion of Boom. Almost. Just the way they can pass off. Jaden Daniels got super lucky. Jaden Daniels should have had like 2-3 picks. Let's keep it all the way a buck. He should have had at least 2 to 3 picks. There was one pick I think it was CJ DJ coming over, the safety position coming over. That should have been picked off. And the one that barely got the Brown, that man, Slay was right there. Mm-hmm. And the only pass they went over 20 yards was the one. It wasn't even Jaden Daniels. It was the one that he caught T-Mac, and T-Mac, did his thing. And I will say this, man. Zach Ertz, hats off to you, my guy. You balled out. You balled out wearing the Zach Ertz jersey T-shirt today. He did. And
violation.
You know what? No. You got to pay respect. You got to pay respect.
Why do I got to pay respect right now? Why do I got to pay right now?
I'm paying respect, time and place. No. Grow up. Y'all need to grow up. If
you're gonna wear it,
be a champion. Okay?
Violation.
Be a champion.
It was a violation during the game. Anything Zach Ertz done during that game was violation.
He played his ass off.
Let's talk about.
I just want to know, Tim. Did you happen to catch his press conference after the game?
I don't.
Because he happened to say that he wishes he could go back and play with Jaden Daniels his entire career and start.
He said, yeah, I did see that. He said if he was 22 years old, yeah, that's cool. That's
violation.
That's cool. It is what it is. But what I will say this though is the motion that I see from him, and I think it was Fletch. I was like, damn, like that's what's up, man. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You got hats off to the Commanders, man. Y'all played good for the first half. Second half, get your ass kicked.
Well, I mean, talking about someone who saw the ass kicking in person, the vibes coordinator. Shout out to Primo in the building. I mean, I could probably sense that you were tired.
Very tired.
For the last couple days.
He ain't got no voice.
Yeah, very tired, man. I'm exhausted. Apologize for being late. Long day at work and struggling there. But I was having a great time. I probably ran my mouth for like the first hour of the day, and then it started really hitting me. So I just kind of like stayed in the office. People were coming to look for me and congratulate me. And it was a struggle getting through the day, a struggle getting home with traffic and everything, struggle driving, and gonna go ahead and try to ride this thing out. But hey, look, I'm pretty sure you already hit on quite a bit of things. It was an exciting day, exciting night, an exciting outcome. Philadelphia fans is wild. Broad Street was lit. Some craziness. I caught somebody in the corner, on two phases of different videos. One, him taking a video himself, and then I catch another video of him actually taking that video, and then I text Evan and I'm like, yo, I see you. You're back there videoing. And I see Jenna with the broom. I guess y'all were over there getting ready to do your Too Short scene. But exciting moment, bro. We're back. We're back in the big game. This is what we've been talking about. This is what we lived throughout this whole year. And we're there. Belt the ass. That's what we said. We was going to be belt the ass. Tim, I'm gonna tell you right now. I kind of stepped back a little bit on my trash talking yesterday at the tailgate.
Really?
I really did, man. Yeah. I did give it to one Commanders fan, the very first one that I saw in the day, and I gave him a great welcome to the tailgate. Took the mic, and then everybody pretty much welcomed him with the asshole chants, F you, boo, and all that stuff. But the one thing he could say is that he left out of that tailgate having a great time. Then we had some other ones that, had a whole different perspective and different attitude. They came in there like tough. The one had to stare down with me, and I had to let him know, like, look, man, it really doesn't have to be like that. But if you really want to take the chance to come in here and act like that, it is what it is. We had a mutual respect with each other after that, and then I offered him a cheesesteak, went to go grab it, and next thing you know, he left. So I guess it is what it is. All right.
Damn.
It was like that. And it was like that with a lot of Commander fans yesterday. We had one in particular that was in front of us. I had a father and two daughters to the left of me. So that I think there was like a total of 7 Commander fans in our area, and the father and daughter. The father was done. He was done by like second quarter. He could barely stand, so I didn't really heckle him too much. But he started getting really out of hand with the touching and everything. Started like kind of like pushing me and stuff like that, and I was cool. I was like, all right, And then his daughters kept on apologizing. And I'm like, yo, you good. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? But guy didn't even make it through the game. He ended up getting kicked out before the second half. So that's what I'm saying. It was just like some crazy.
He didn't miss much.
He
It's a lot of money not to go watch.
I honestly don't think he even remembered much from that first half neither. I caught you saying that it was a great half by the Commanders. Yeah, first half.
Yeah.
And then then you go into the locker room and you make the adjustments. And Fangio, I'm pretty sure that's what he did. The whole team made great adjustments when they came in that second half. Hey man, that's when they brought the belt out, snapped it, and they said, "Let's go."
Talk about Jalen Hurts, man. I think one thing that the narrative we talked about prior to this game, the narrative about Jalen Hurts being carried by this football team, the narrative that we couldn't pass the football, the narrative that he put that to sleep. I thought he had a phenomenal game, not turning the ball over. He was amazing. We all know what Saquon is. First, like on our last show, we said get to the outside with Saquon. As Saquon busted that first run, it was incredible. I know someone in the comment asked how loud was that in the stadium. It was almost like he ignited the fire, and it was pretty much consistent throughout the game. But I just think, talking about star, Jalen had a perfect game. Yeah. He outplayed Jaden Daniels, so I think he can say that he's the only quarterback in Eagles history to go to 2 Super Bowls, which is kind of crazy.
How about with 2 different sets of coordinators too? There's a lot of people that want to sit here. Hand up. I had a lot of critical words to say about Nick Sirianni earlier this year, not Jalen Hurts, but Nick Sirianni. And you look at how we are now in 2 Super Bowl appearances of the last 3. And you got 2 different sets of coordinators. You have to look at what the constants are there. That's Jalen Hurts and that's Nick Sirianni. You got to give credit where credit's due, and they're making it happen, man. I believe that this team's gonna win it.
Yeah, we all did. It wasn't just you. The 4 of us did. We all had our issues with Nick Sirianni, especially like after that 4th game of the season. Yep. We asked the question: what are you doing? Are you really listening to your coordinators? Are you letting them coordinate? Or are you trying to take command of this whole thing? I'm pretty sure he listened. He made whatever adjustments he made. Then you go on that 10-game streak, do your thing. One minor little hiccup, and then, bam, we right back at it. Look, we'll ride this thing out. So, there's a lot of things that got put to rest yesterday with Jalen. Technically, I know the stats say he was 20 for 28, but, you take away those four balls that he just threw out of bounds, to not take the loss, 20 for 24. 20 for 24. That was outstanding. That's one thing he put to sleep. Everybody's questioning, these guys can't score in the first quarter. Bro, shit, they were scoring every drive. Put that to sleep. Jalen can't hit AJ on the outside. Put that to sleep. Nolan Smith. Oh my God, the kid was all over the field yesterday. He was hyped. Put that to sleep. What? Bring up any topic that we've been talking about. I think all that shit got put to sleep yesterday.
Talking about MVPs. Who's going to be your offensive MVP from this game?
I'm gonna throw it out there because I got 2 guys that are going to be co-MVPs. How about Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens, bro? Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens playing injured, allowing Saquon to have the game that he had. Those guys were both hobbling. It was actually kind of incredible to see them out on the field and how they just snap out of it, snap out of the pain. Because as soon as they get over on the sideline, you could see the pain, man. So that was really impressive. Shout out to them for all the heart they put in there, man.
I'm gonna go with the wide receivers as a group. Not only did they catch passes and things went their way, they blocked their ass off, bro. Saquon, he broke off. When he broke off the first Jawn, that was all AJ Brown and Jada. That was so it just goes to show, man. You take pride when you're a wide receiver. You take pride in blocking. Yo, you're a winner. You want to win. So,
Primo, who you got?
I can't get away from it, bro. Because it was 2 weeks. I know I brought it up in the very first week of the playoffs. Like, if there's anything that concerns me, it was Jalen's rhythm, and that man found rhythm plus more yesterday. So I'm sticking with Jalen. Jalen balled his ass out. I mean, you can't take nothing away from it. He was hitting every part of that field, every receiver that he could. I mean, and then even when he was with the RPO, making some good decisions, he actually slid. Oh, there was maybe one that he ended up going head for. You know what I mean? But he all around football. He played that very well yesterday, bro.
He got rid of the football.
Yeah. My MVP is I'm following you. I think just played. That's clean football right there. I mean, you look at all the teams that have turned the ball over in these playoffs so far, and they have lost. You talk about Jaden Daniels. I mean, you talk about the Commanders. I mean, the way that we were getting that ball out, it was a problem on special teams, on defense. I mean, it was great to see, man. So talk about defense. Who is your defensive MVP?
I'm gonna go first on this one. Sorry, I'm gonna give it to the kid, man. Again, I'm gonna mention Nolan Smith. I like the way the boy was balling. He was balling his ass off. He was excited. He was a little kid in the playground, and that's exactly what he should. He always talked about that. A lot of these Bulldogs that came onto the squad had just talked about how they just love playing the game because it feels like they're in the backyard just playing. You know what I mean, backyard football. And that's what he was doing yesterday. Even when celebrating, even the way he was celebrating with the guys, like, I mean, he was just like throwing his chest in there, getting bumped around. Like, they were having fun. And I love to see it, man. So I'm going to give it to Nolan Smith.
With mine, I think I'm going to have to go with my son. I got to go with my son, man. You know what I'm saying? Causing fumbles all over the damn place. Every time I looked up, I see, Bond, the two-man Taylor everywhere. He had his lunch pail and his damn hard hat hitting somebody. So I gotta go with him, man. I gotta go with Bond, bro. That's my son. You know what I'm saying? Team light skin. I gotta go with my guy.
I'll let you know that we at his signing, me and Prime, we were talking to him. He said you haven't paid any child support. So if you're gonna claim him as your son, I mean you should. Pay your child. Pay your
You're
fare.
Not my dad.
Pay your fare. Okay.
I need a turd test.
For my defensive MVP, I'm going to continue to solidify myself as the number one Oren Burke supporter in Philadelphia, bro. Oren has had a nose to the ball. How many times? It feels like every game he is involved in one of these turnovers, man. Another forced fumble in this game. He has a nose to the ball. He's been filling in tremendously. And in my opinion, the level of play he's been playing at, I'm beginning to think too. You got to sign him for depth next year too. Like, he has earned another contract here.
As you see,
about it.
The common denominator is that ever since his family has been showing up to the 4th of July tailgate.
Yep.
He has been putting on some numbers.
He's been balling, bro.
I'm just saying.
Well, I think we need to have a 4th of Jawn Super Bowl tailgate. Let's see him ball out.
Prima, you said Nolan Smith. You said
Bond.
Bond,
and Evan said Oren Burks.
I mean,
come on, are you serious?
No, I mean, I'm saying Nolan Smith. Well, I mean, there's so many players. There's so many.
You're not gonna go with your son? Your son had interception.
Oh, Quinn!
Hey, this was a stepfather's show.
All right, I didn't pay my child support. No, Quinyon against Terry McLaurin. He locked him down.
Mm-hmm.
He locked him up.
Yes, sir.
Terry was scared.
Shoe program. Shoe program.
that one screen inside route that Terry ended up getting and scoring on. And that
was on Slay.
Yeah. And then Jaden, doing his little stupid dance in the end zone. That was the only highlight. The only highlight, you know what I mean? And then
how unaware, I gotta speak on that real quick because
what's up?
You talk about Jaden Daniels dancing after that touchdown.
Yeah,
when he was down multiple scores. Dude,
right.
I watched that and that took me back to I was in the lots very beginning of the day, and I was doing my normal, walk to the potties, and I end up running into a couple Commanders fans. I said, "Soak it up. It's in a few hours, it's all gonna be over." And the guy says to me, without even thinking, he just turns around and goes, "Dude, I'm just happy to be here." And I was like, "You know what? Have that. That's fine. That's the energy you're coming into it with. That's the exact energy that Jaden Daniels came in there with. What the hell are you doing dancing? Your team's down.
I remember that. I was just like, you start becoming big unk in the crowd. I'm like, act like you've been here before, man. Like you're down. Go back. Go figure out how to score again because you're down.
I hate seeing shit like that. I hate seeing shit like that.
You know what? It reminded me of Richardson. We played in the preseason, and he did that whole and then kick the bird or something like that. Like, bro, come on, son. Like, it's preseason. You're playing against the scouting team of a different all-time team. Shut up. Get out of here with
that. Shout out to Carl Smith. He's got an announcement. He says he's got an Airbnb in New Orleans, 2-bedroom available.
Oh,
what's up, famo?
Hit me up. Hit me up, Carl. Hit me up. Hit my DMs. But I obviously want to get to our underdog performance. And I think I'll start with the underdog performance. I'm going to say Jordan Davis's performance. There's been a lot of Jordan Davis's comments in there, but his sack on Jaden Daniels, where he just like the full extension got him and just threw him to the ground. That ignited the stadium. That was a great moment. I thought, and for all the stuff that Jordan Davis gets, I mean, he has a role on this team, and he shined. He shined.
Dude, that was actually a hilarious play to watch. It's just the size that Jordan Davis is. He makes everybody look so small, and like it literally looked like he was chasing a kid just because of how big Jordan. He just, I'm gonna get you. But I'm gonna steal Darren G's, bro. Darren G off the top rope talking about Will Shipley. Big return to start things off. He had a forced fumble in that game. And then the huge run that led to a touchdown in the end, and ends up getting his first touchdown as a in his career. I mean,
forced fumble too.
Forced fumble. The only player in NFL history, I believe, that has gotten those accolades in the same game. A forced fumble and a rushing touchdown. So pretty cool. I'll go on some here. Will Shipley.
So mine's not a player. Mine is a coach by the name of Vic Fangio. I'm going to go him as an underdog because everybody likes to go with the big name. I'm going to go with Vic, man. Vic had a great plan. He made Jaden Daniels look like a rookie. He made him look like a rookie, and the way he game planned on him, man, it was just wild. And what I love about this team, man, like I said, the communication is crazy good. So shout out to our guy, our defensive coordinator. He hopefully stays forever. Big Fangio.
Very nice. Did we have any more underdogs?
I didn't say mine, but mine's real quick. One that I kept on when you came down to the fourth quarter, and I thought was kind of balling out and putting quite a bit of pressure, and he even had a sack himself, I believe, was Ajomo. I think Ajomo played a hell of a game yesterday. Hell of a game. And it couldn't come at a better time. So, yeah, that's my underdog.
Run stopper, bro. You're a run stopper for real. Damn.
That's what makes me so confident about this team is that, like, who's the weak link? I couldn't even tell you on this team right now. Like, it's full of dogs, and that's what it takes to win a championship. And the whole
you're
team,
absolutely right.
top to bottom, is a bunch of dogs.
We got a bunch of dogs
right, bro,
who make these underdogs.
Sure.
So shout out to Underdog Fantasy out here. Underdog is the only place you should be rocking with. It's the best place to cash in on all your takes during the playoffs. Which players are going off? Which ones are ice cold with over 5 million happy players? 2 billion won. Underdog makes it fun and easy to cash in on all your favorite athletes' performances. With the Pick'em game, you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats, yards, touchdowns, interceptions, and more. I know on this podcast, we like to give some entries, some early entries. Obviously the Super Bowl is a couple days away, more than a couple days, weeks away. So we'll cook up some early entries. We could always say Saquon over 100. That's a guaranteed.
Saquon anytime touchdown.
Anytime. He had 3 last week, by the way.
Jalen
Last
entry,
night.
2 touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. Jalen.
Primo, you got entry?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a Zach Bond interception.
Okay. I'm gonna go a Nolan Smith sack.
I like that.
I like that one. I like that. You know, I'm gonna go with. I think Cooper DeJean gets the interception.
Cooper DeJean. Jalen Carter sack. You could put that as an entry.
Oh,
at least one.
Hey, we got to talk about that though. I got it. What did Jalen Carter, bro, is a menace. You see him slap the dog, you know what, out of that?
Yeah, but I mean, did you see the guy
I love
slap
it.
him?
I love. No, I'm just saying, I love it, bro.
That was a reaction. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I saw it clearly. He's like, wait a minute. Oh,
he said, but did you see Jalen's face? He said, "Oh, hell no."
The first thing that came to my mind when I saw that happen was that video that surfaced a couple years back where that girl smacked that tall ass Dominican guy on the train, and then he just straight slapped her back. You know what I mean? That went viral. That's what that reminded me of yesterday. Like,
maybe you should cook up that entry. But anyway, make sure you download the app and sign up with the promo code Jawn. Deposit now to get up to $1,000 of bonus cash instantly. That's promo code Jawn. Must be 18 years or older, 19 years or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 years or older in Colorado for some games, 21 years old in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Avoid in Colorado for some games. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE NY or text HOPE NY 467-369. Yeah, I
have a couple stats that don't mean anything, but I think are just pretty fun. How about this one? Super Bowl 39. We remember all these Super Bowls. Eagles lost by 3 to the Patriots. 52, they beat the Patriots. 57, we lose by 3 to the Chiefs. And now here we are on 59.
59, they what? Yeah, they what?
They're going to win.
Yeah.
They're going to win.
Mm.
And then one more that is even more bizarre. I'm not sure if anybody out here follows Jay Kuda, but he just pulls a bunch of random sports facts out there.
I want to see if this is going to be the one that I was going to talk about. Go ahead.
Since 2002, whenever it qualifies, the team that has to travel west to the Super Bowl venue is undefeated against the teams that travel east to the Super Bowl venue. Oh. It is in New Orleans. We are heading west to New Orleans, and they are heading east to New Orleans. It means nothing, but I'm just saying it's undefeated since.
You also going to talk about the color in the logo too?
Hey, it's for fun. I said it's for fun.
I remember when that logo came out after last year's Super Bowl. It was purple. That logo was purple.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, you're right.
Just randomly, come on. It was purple. So
I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat with giving Kellen Moore some love. Brian says I give Moore some credit. I know a lot of people in the chat think he called a better game, which I thought he did. I still think that 4th and 4 and 4th and 5th, when he went for that one, I was like, you better hit this one, because the whole crowd is like chirping. They're like, no, he's not doing it. Who's taking? This must be Sirianni. Who's calling this? Like, it was, and then they hit it, and then I was just like looking back. I'm like, well,
yeah,
let's keep going.
No, it's I'm hyped, man. We got people behind enemy lines in our chat right now. Chiefs fans already in here, already ready, already want the smoke. That's all right.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Hey,
damn.
My thing is, last time we played the Chiefs, we did beat the Chiefs in KC. We were there in the snow. I think I had never seen Prime colder that game than any.
You happen to remember when the Eagles, another stat that just doesn't matter. But last time when we won the Super Bowl, Mr. Saunders, it was your birthday, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It was.
it's Mr. Saquon Barkley and Cooper DeJean's birthday, February 9th. So
Yeah,
playing with a little extra juice.
This is that.
As
That
if the
is
Super
fine.
Bowl didn't get you up.
I'm
That
glad
is
you
fine.
hit up on that, but this is another one that somebody dropped to me today. Both their birthdays on February 9th, right? All
My
right.
father as well.
Okay, and then what's 33 plus 26?
You gonna make
59.
math on the fucking stream like this?
Somebody dropped the jerseys. You know what I mean? Here they are, birthday, playing on Super Bowl 59. You know what I mean? What's
Mark
the coincidence of that?
Talking about would be just the icing on the cake as far as vibes. Dude, if BG comes back for this game,
He's pressing. He's
man. Trying, bro.
He's pressing. He just announced it a little while ago.
I mean, I don't mean to be a hater. I talked about the weak link on this. I'm not trying to call nobody out, but I think that Bryce Huff is getting away with murder this season. Everybody forgot that he's even out there playing, bro.
Hey, you know why? Because people call him Josh Huff. They forgot about it.
They were like, "Yo, whatever happened to Josh Huff in the hollow points? Like, no, wrong player."
Yeah.
You put BG in there instead of Bryce Huff.
Now, Red Zone says New Orleans is the first Eagles Super Bowl in 1980.
Mm-hmm.
I actually took a photo of that in the store the other day. I was looking at the other date. The date was like January 25th. I think it was 1981. With that one. But that's interesting. Clizzy says, Gail and Prime, great seeing you all yesterday. Another great year for best tailgate crew in the city. Eagles going to complete their revenge arc, and next season will be the victory lap. I do want to take a moment to shout out all the people that helped with that tailgate. There's a lot of people that helped put that tailgate on. We couldn't do it without any of us. So shout out to Chris Lee. Shout out to Tim Armstrong. Shout out to Helena that helped out. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Red Bull, Bud Light, 1675. Just a quick shout. We'll shout them out later. Crafty Jawn, Wheelhouse Cards, Lowski, Head Trip.
I got
Jesse.
I got a huge
Jesse _ Wines.
Huge shout out to my MVP.
What up, Jesse?
MVP yesterday. To my MVP yesterday. A huge shout out to my baby brother.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you guys know I did the biggest oops of all tailgates. I forgot the goddamn steaks. Evan comes up to me, he's like, Prime, I'm ready to go ahead and throw the steaks on the grill. Yo, my whole inside dropped. Like, I fucking forgot.
The fried onions already fried.
And then I'm looking at Autumn, and I'm like,
this man forgot the cheesesteak.
Did I forget the steaks?
So you walk away, and then
and I'm thinking, like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I was like, call my brother, lifesaver. I said, bro,
thank you, Will.
I need a huge favor. That man, I got him on the ring. He's running inside the house to get the steaks. I'm like, baby, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Clutch. You know, might earn himself some gear from that one.
What? Baby bro was clutch yesterday. And then it was a great experience picking up these things because I ended up meeting him at the M line because I didn't want there was a lot of traffic going on.
Yeah.
So shout out to Yayo.
Yeah.
He let me borrow his scooter.
Yeah.
He let me borrow his scooters. Big ups to him, man. He was an MVP too. No, I didn't have mine. So that's why I was like struggling because I'm like, damn, I don't got my scooter. What am I going to do? I saw him and then I stopped him. I said, I need to borrow the scooter. He was like, anything for you, Prime. I'm like, all right. Got on that. Out. I'm in and out on traffic. I had police officers even escorted me across the street. I'm like, yo,
I'm going to the 4th of July. I got the steaks.
I got the steaks. Yeah. I have a question. How did you get back with the steaks, though?
Yo, the steaks. I get the steaks. I double stack them. I put them in front of me. I get going. I got one foot on the box, and then I'm going in and out of cars. This one car cuts me off. I had to hit the brake. Steaks go. One steak box goes this way. One box went that way. I had to get off the scooter. I get an asshole from a lady. I had to eat that one. So I was like, okay, my bad. Go grab that steak. As I'm putting that one on, the damn scooter falls over. I had to catch that shit. I'm like, oh, hell no. So luckily I caught it, lifted up, put the steaks on, grabbed the other box, put the steak on, got back on, and I was gone. Yo, the same cop that helped me out, he was like, stop the cars. It was like, come on. I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
There's one point. So I look at Ev. So you had walked off, and he's like, Brian forgot the steaks. So then I'm like, so Ev is like, there's like this huge line, right? This huge, this forming. So like Evan is looking at.
We didn't even announce it yet.
Yeah, Evan's looking at his onions, and he's like, Ev's like, what am I gonna do for like with these onions? So I got outside the
onion sandwich.
I got outside the table and I said, look, guys, someone forgot the steaks. So
someone forgot the steaks.
I said, I didn't say who. I said, someone forgot the steaks. It's gonna be a little bit. You might wanna. You can stay here, but that's up to you. I just want, and their faces were like, I was
we got Timberland. We got Timberland saying we ain't got food.
We're shouting out unsung heroes to that tailgate. I mean, shout out to everybody that waited. Shout out to Will. The biggest shout out to Will, of course. But shout out to Carrie, who comes up, and she had a little bit of the devil's lettuce right there. I got a whole line of people to my back, and she goes up. She's like, "What's up? What's up with you?" I'm like, "I got a whole bunch of people behind me that I don't want to look at because I know that they're all just staring at me, waiting for food." And then she just pulled something out, and I was like, "Oh, you came in clutch."
Then Jennifer shows up, and I'm like, "Damn, I gotta help out with Jennifer, but I gotta go get these steaks." And I'm like, "Yo," I started getting Eric. I was like, "Yo, I need you to stand here, watch her. I'm gonna be right back." I ran out. Yeah, man. But look, big shout out to bro, man. He was clutch. And big shout out to sis. Helena came with the empanadas, the arroz con gandules, the pork, the mac and cheese, the cornbread. Oh my God, bro. Like I didn't worry too much because I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, they ate pretty good. If we go without the steaks, we should be fine. And then I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I gotta figure something out. But that line was crazy. Yeah, no, that line was crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the talk of the town right now is like, where do you celebrate? Do you celebrate on Broad Street? Do you go down to New Orleans? Are you doing something different than last time? It's right now. Currently, I am in Mobile, Alabama. I'm get ready for the first Senior Bowl practice tomorrow. I'm only 2 hours from New Orleans, and I'm like, do I stay down there? Do I just do Media Row and then go back to Philly for the Super Bowl? I don't know.
You've been down to the Senior Bowl. This 4th or 5th year you've gone now.
I think it's my 4th time. Yeah.
So you've been down there. Have you ever been down there when the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl? Like, what's the vibe for you? Different. Like, I feel like it's you got to be excited for the Super Bowl, man. And like I feel like it's hard to separate those two things. Where you're like, I want to see what the next class is going to look like, but at the same time, like I'm just trying to vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm behind the 8 ball because I'm really trying to like figure out who's here. But then it's also like if I could just spot them in practice, then I can just they'll pop. If the players are the players that we know them to be, then they'll pop. But we got a cool opportunity. Shout out to Jesse _Wines. He's here with me. He's
yes, sir.
We're in the lobby. He's whining. We're in the lobby picking up credentials. They're literally having practice in the lobby. That's Oregon's quarterback. And then I saw your boy, the wide receiver from the Hurricanes, Respeto.
Yeah,
he was right there, and I was like, "Yeah, all right, I'm gonna try and get him to say what's up to Prime." Jesse, did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
I said
that or an autograph. Shit.
So he was sitting there. They were catching balls, but it's a cool experience. But it's also like none of the beat report. I don't know if the Eagle beat reporters are coming because when last time we did it, a lot of people didn't send their crews down here, so it was just me and a couple people. Louis DiBiase from locked on. And then he told me, he's like, I'm not going. I said, bro, it might just be me down here.
Oh wow,
You're representing all of Eagles Nation, bro.
You think Mosher and Adam will be there?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, that's huge for you.
But you're not. But you are not far from New Orleans. That's for sure.
2 hours.
2-hour drive or 2-hour?
2-hour drive.
Hey, don't wear a jersey though.
Why?
Why not?
Yeah. Oh, but it's almost like you want to flex now because of the Eagles. So, but the problem is when you wear.
You did say you were going to flex.
When you wear the Eagles stuff, especially depending on what type of Eagles gear that you rock, people will think that you're an Eagle scout. So the players look at you like, like Jesse has his whole. He looks like a special teams coach. So we roll up to get our credentials, and people are like, "Oh, so you guys are with the team?" And I'm like, "Well, yes. We think we're with the team, but we're like, oh, guy, okay, you're just media,
not in any sort of paid capacity." But
yeah, I was like, we love to be with the team, but yeah, man. Yeah, good time.
We got some more haters in here, bro. We got some more haters in here. Love it.
Let them hate. Let them hate. But you know what the bullshit of it is that they're not gonna come back in 2 weeks.
Oh, we know.
We know. Bro.
We know.
Right.
Hey, but I just want to like Eric. Eric came back, right? He came back and
yeah, and this then is the dude from last week, right?
And I screenshotted that for you.
Yeah, I think
so. He said, "Looks like Hurts has to actually play QB.
Yeah.
Now the Eagles are in trouble."
We keep receipts on the show, bro.
Eric doesn't even know who Trent Green is.
Yo, I love how he says it's not
hit in the backfield, and Barkley absolutely nowhere. Quan isn't going to do shit. First play, Quan did a lot of shit.
Off the rip. He gonna go cry in the car.
That man made the play and got right back on the bench.
Did you see what Slay said? Slay was like, "Man, I was on the sideline, hit some water real quick. I looked up, everybody was cheering. He said, 'Damn, I gotta go back out there again.'"
He just played 18 in a row, bro.
Yeah. Well, big ups to the D on that drive because it was a very long drive, and just to let them get 3 out of that, they held it, man.
I will say this though, the special teams, bro. Special teams, they showed up, bro. I mean, it was like your left hand, your right hand, and then special teams was soap. Shout out to special teams. I know Jake missed one, but then we good, bro. We good.
We good. What is your what was the moment in that game that you knew that the game was wrapped up? That you're like, all right, it's wrapped up. We got this. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Saquon takes it.
And did you cry?
Did I cry? I got a little misty. I don't know if I cried.
He ain't shit, man.
Brock cried, didn't he?
I cried, and I told him I cried.
I knew he did. Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
Wifey was like, "Babe, you crying?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'm crying." And I was like, "Yo, this shit
over
this
here
shit
crying like Gilly the King."
Hell yeah, I was crying. I was super happy, man. You know what I mean? And look, this ain't about nothing, but like, let's just go back to 2017 when we won our very first Super Bowl. Everything, all the years, all the family members, all your uncles, your cousins, your dads, your aunts that were pounding the Philadelphia Eagles on you, that wasn't around to be able to share that moment. So my bad. I started thinking about lost ones that we just dealt with. You know what I mean? Gail, I thought about your dad. I'm thinking about my sister. It all came to me. So, yes, I cried. No shame to it. I cried. No, but it was very exciting because, bro, the four of us have been giving our fucking all this year. Again. For that, I was ecstatic. So, going back to the question you just asked, where did I knew that it was over? Evan, I'm with you. The minute that man broke that very first play, I said, we are going back to the fucking Super Bowl.
It was to me, that was the equivalent of the Patrick Robinson pick six. Like that when
Exactly.
Patrick Robinson had that
Perfect,
pick six, I
perfect.
was like, I didn't even say we're going to the Super Bowl. I said we're winning the fucking Super Bowl after P Rob had that in the NFC Championship game, and I feel the same way now because I sorry Tim, but I feel like it's the same exact sort of setup. I went into that Super Bowl versus the Patriots in 2018, and I was like, you know what? How this matches up? The Eagles as a whole are a much better team, but they've got the better quarterback. They had Tom Brady. They've got the better quarterback, but that's all they got is the better quarterback. I think this is the exact same thing. I think we've got the better team as a whole. They've got Pat Mahomes, but we've got the better team. So that's how I feel.
I hear you. I mean, mine's a little different. Like I said, I mentioned it before. It was the fourth down and 5 to go, and it was 1-on-1 because they were so scared. They were so scared. They stacked the box with Saquon in the backfield, and I love the way that Jalen took command of the offense and he checked out that play and looked at AJ and said, "AJ, you ready? Let's go." I love that, man. It was bread in the basket. First down, man. I was like, "Yo, we going to the Super Bowl. We going to the Super Bowl."
But the thing I'll go with my moment first, and then I'll go. I say I thought the Saquon touchdown was a good sign. I think once we got that, we got one of those turnovers before the half. But I did have my crying moment. I started thinking about my dad, and I prayed to him a couple times. I was like, "Can we get a Saquon run?" Bang, Saquon run. I was like, "Dad, you." Crazy motherfucker. Oh, anyway, I said, what I did like my seats too, by the way. In 235, it's got the all 22. Very high. You see everything. I actually.
Is that in the end zone or on the sideline?
It's in the end zone, but it's high up.
Yeah, right
so you can actually see everything. So I could call out everything. The way that Jalen was checking out, and when they tried to load up the box, I was like, bro, this is. Why weren't we doing this earlier? Like in the dump offs to Goddard, the little or the one-on-ones with AJ. It was a pitch and catch moment, and I'm like, this is what we should be doing.
But I got your aha. You ready for this? In the press conference, there was a little note that was said, and now we're getting the full picture of it. They asked Jalen. They said, "Hey, Jalen, your coach." He said a lot about you, right? And he goes, "Well, I'm out. I'm kind of out of my straitjacket."
I heard that.
So that made me believe they're giving more responsibility to Jalen to check out a place, and they're trusting him because he can read a defense. He's starting to become that quarterback. You know what I mean? So, I totally agree with you, Gil.
If I could, just continue to highlight. The improvement that I've seen from Jalen Hurts. I think the most evident thing for me, obviously, it's him playing turnover-free ball, but where I see him getting the most smart, dude, I love every single time he slides. Every single time he takes off with the ball and he slides, I'm like, yes, stay healthy. That's exactly what I want. Go down, slide, and he's getting the job done while also creating no-risk scenarios. And that's pretty much what his MO has been. No risk scenarios. You're not putting the ball in danger. You're not putting yourself in danger. And that's been huge. We're not going to the Super Bowl without Jalen Hurts this year. No matter how you want to slice it, we're not doing it with Kenny Pickett. We're not doing it with Tanner McKee. We're doing it with Jalen Hurts. So he's playing smart ball. That's got to give a hat tip to it.
Taking care of the ball is everything, though. Taking care of the ball.
I mean, the stuff that we've asked for, the lack of turnovers, run with Saquon, it's everything we asked for and more from the beginning of the season. The defense was even an added bonus, the way that they've been handling things. Communication, Zach Bond said the one thing about the defense that's been amazing is the communication. You guys are seeing that. I mean, overall, it's been a blessing. I think it's been a blessing.
Sports King. We should know better, bro. It was hard as fuck to get that first one, and then we saw what happened. Let's get this one. And then we'll worry about the next one. That's all that matters.
Oh man, I obviously the Super Bowl. Go ahead.
We're due for an AJ fucking explosion game, dude. We are beyond due. I think AJ's gonna go stupid in the Super Bowl.
Well, you did last year.
Are you got an entry for that? Use
I
promo
would put
code
an
John.
entry out there. I think that AJ, you could put him in for $150 plus.
I got another entry for you. Ready? I got another entry that Gail Saunders nails the promo code, the whole speech, every time. So shout out to Gail, man. You be killing it, bro. You be killing it, man.
I try, man. I try. If it was math, I'd be terrible. I could read math. Like when you guys were talking about numbers before, I was like, I can't. You guys
math is like my strong suit.
Oh, also, I want to give a big shout out to my cousin Kiki, who made it to the tailgate.
Yeah, it was great to see her.
Did
she end up going in, or was she just hanging out?
She was just hanging out. She came by herself.
Yeah. That's awesome.
A real one.
She is a real one.
I was like, I'm not gonna. That tailgate on Sunday was one of our best ones we ever done.
It reached the level which we sometimes get there, but like the group picture almost feels like an impossible task at some points when you have a crowd that big. And it's just
one I sent you.
I'm not sure.
No, I didn't send it to you, Evan. My bad. I sent it to Gail, but I thought it came out pretty good. The Eagles crew got there.
It was pretty nuts. Look at the crowd in the back.
Look at B-Dog. Look at B-Dog.
It was just. I felt like I was. It was too. At some point that day, it was almost too much. I was like, there's way too many people here.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to RIP to my cooler. My cooler.
Which one? The Bud Light
and
one?
Your tent. Your cooler and your tent.
My cooler. Chris Lee had ripped off the handles. And my tent. My tent.
Yeah, it came to an end.
Lost its leg.
It gave us 18. It gave us 18 weeks, 17
hey,
weeks.
I appreciate it going out on the last tailgate of the year, man. That's pretty huge.
It gave us 18 good home games last year and into this year.
So
and it went all the way to that.
If anyone wants to help us out with a tent with your logo on the top, maybe, or we just do a 4th of July, you know. But Prom was sitting there looking at the tent. He's like, "It's time, you know. You could let it go. I mean, come on." And I was just like, "I go ahead." Just like it was like, "Oh, Yeller." I was sitting there like, it is what it is.
I got to say something too, just in regards to the celebration last night. I know it's the liquor a lot of times, but some of y'all just be doing some crazy shit, bro. Like maybe it's because I'm on the north side of 30 now, but all the climbing, I'm just like, that's a fucking. I spent enough time in the ER in my younger days.
The one video you had took, I'm like, yo, my man, I don't know how he's hanging on to that flag, bro.
He fell too, yeah.
I saw. Well, you. That's.
I went the wrong way at the wrong second. Yeah.
You turned to Jenna, and I didn't see it the first time. But then that other video I showed you, where I see you in the background,
yeah,
I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Then there was that one kid that was hanging off the damn light pole, one-handed, and I'm like, yo, if he falls, because ain't nobody really gonna go ahead and catch him. Like, they gonna let you fall.
Well, dude,
man.
that's exactly what I'm saying. Is that I saw a video of this dude that jumped off of the hood of a truck and like straight up did a trust fall backwards, and everybody just got out of the way, and this dude like fell 10, 12 feet just straight onto the back of his head, and I'm like, it's a miracle he's not dead, bro. Like if he isn't, like, I don't know.
I remember
and
people
then
falling through the during the Super Bowl run. They fell through that.
Yeah, the Ritz-Carlton. I was right. That's where I was hanging out. That's where
the bus.
We were just doing it. Yeah. But anyway, cut me open. That was one I avoided yesterday too. That you see that story about the car going through the people? That was right at Broad Spring Garden. I was hanging out there for like a half hour, and then I left, and like 15 minutes later, I got that report that a car drove through a crowd of people.
You know, it's something that I thought about. To be honest, I thought about that when people are going down there. I was like, it's just, you know, you think about, you know, are you good? Are you safe? You never know, man. With the way things are, it's just a little nutty. Mark with a big question. I bought my Super Bowl jersey as I was leaving the stadium. Well,
Nice.
correction.
What jersey did you
Amanda
get?
bought me a
7?
Saquon Super Bowl jersey.
Love it. Love it.
Midnight.
Love
I
that.
did too. Bought it this morning.
It says it's supposed to get here by the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I know that you guys have, you've seen some more players than I have, but he's the greatest running back I've ever watched with my own 2 eyes. I didn't get to experience the Barry Sanders era. He's the greatest running back I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes, bro.
I feel you.
I can't think of anybody else.
AJ says Gail looks sweepy. I got home from the game. I watched the Chiefs game, fell asleep, woke back up. I woke up at 12:30. Packed my bag, left for the airport at 2:45. Boarded my airplane around what time? 4:45
In the morning?
Yeah. So I'm hurting over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hurting. I am hurting. I thought about it. I actually saw Adrian Peterson, McFarland the other day, and I was like, Adrian Peterson was that guy for a minute.
He was he was great. I don't know. I think I'm looking at AP stats right now too. I mean, he was obviously a dominant running back. He's an all-time running back. I think Saquon, he's got some left in the tank. We'll see what happens rest of his career. You know.
No, I say Saquon. He's built different, I think, and better with his money.
Yeah. That's fast.
LaDainian Tomlinson was a dog. I'll give you that one. LaDainian Tomlinson was a dog. I don't know if I can put him above LT.
See, Bob comes to the chat late. He's like, let's talk about the game. We've been talking about the game, Bob. I'm in Mobile, Alabama, for the Senior Bowl. See, also we had this conversation, Tomlinson, and Saquon.
Yeah, LT might be that one.
We're thinking about how many who broke off 60 runs like Saquon did this season. This many. This is
and to be fair, I mean, LT had he had like 27 touchdowns that one year. If we don't got the tush push, I mean, Saquon's up around that same number this year.
The tush push yesterday was hilarious, man. It was a show. That whole controversy thing happened right in front of us, so we were seeing that, and never in my years of watching football did I ever see a call like the referee call saying that if you guys do it one more time, we're going to give them the touchdown. I'm like, what? I mean, I was like, what? Like, who does that? Like, never heard that one.
I think Frankie Louvu's still going off sides.
Yeah. Some of the memes that were coming out this morning. There was one I saw where Free Willy, where the whale jumps over and they kept on playing LaVille going over with the song. Like, I'm like, yeah, man.
Since when did Barkley suck in New York? He was their entire offense in New York the whole time he was there.
It's that line, man. It's that line. That line makes a difference. And so, the minute we picked him up, we all said it. He was going to light it up, and that's what he's doing. He's lighting it up.
I mean, he finally has a line that's, we all knew that he didn't have the line, and we knew he'd probably kill himself.
But let's all go back. Let's all go back to when he was playing with New York, we were always fantasizing like, yo, can you see that man behind our line? Like, and here we're getting the reality of it. Like, yeah, we do see what he's like behind that line.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I'm just it's gonna be long. So it's gonna be a long couple of weeks. I know it felt like eternity waiting for the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to feel like 3 months in the waiting. How many days is this? Quick maths.
13 now.
13.
Yeah, I think so.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Cross, does any update on BG? I think he's going to try and go.
It seems like it. He was saying prior to the game, just get me to the Super Bowl and then we'll see what happens. He was being real tight to the vest, but not really about it. And I think he could be, dude. Just him being back in the uniform would provide so much. Like, you shouldn't need to get up for the Super Bowl, but all these other factors that are coming in here, like, it's just the vibes are going to be off the charts.
My thing is, he knows that, you win, you probably retire instead of coming back, like he said, because he was saying he was coming back next year. But obviously, if he retires after we win, that's a great season. That's a great career. He'll be one of the only players that has two Super Bowls on this roster. Can you name the other two?
That would have 2 Super Bowls on this roster?
Other 3.
Jake Elliott.
Yeah.
Jake Elliott's one.
Rick Lavada.
2.
Who am I missing? Lane Johnson.
There you go. If there's anyone else I'm missing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I think we lost Tim to the ether.
Shout out to Slay though too, man. Slay has almost seems like he's found the fountain of youth in the second half of the season. He's been playing phenomenal.
And he's mentioned that this could be his last ride. Obviously, he knows the business. It was funny because Jen was like, Jennifer Slay was like, like, did you guys take the group photo? I'm like, well, we took one earlier. She's like, oh, I don't want to make people. I'm like, take another photo. I'm like, Jen, this might be your last tailgate. I hate to say it like that, but come on, like we're taking another photo. Don't worry about it. But I mean that's the dope thing. I just think the experiences, all the people we've met. It's been a cool ride, man. This season has been one for the making. It's just, I mean, shout out to Lil Zoe, 6th birthday, out here tailgate. Slay's mom's in the middle. Slay's mom is a trip, man. She always has a great time. The whole Slay family is about that life, about that life. But before we get out of here, we want to say it with our chest. Say it with our chest could be anything. Doesn't have to be football related. It could be like F big paper. It could be something.
I got one, and I think it's something that everybody could resonate with. But moving sucks, dude. Like the whole process of fucking moving, it just sucks. You feel sore. There's a time crunch feeling to it. It's a lot of money.
This guy,
the whole part.
He never even. He could have called us. We had trucks. I told him. It was free.
I don't
feel no goddamn sympathy for you. All right, you see this shit? This shit down here is probably as much as you moved over the goddamn weekend.
Probably.
Yeah.
And look how much shit you got back there. It's a ton of shit.
Good luck trying to fucking move this house with 2 kids. At the time, a pregnant wife. It's a disaster.
So you could resonate with me.
I can relate.
Sucks, bro.
Moving does suck. Yeah. Moving does suck. But how much more time you got? You done or you got?
No, so that's the other part that kind of stinks is that I'm going to be here for like 4 or 5 months, and so half the shit I'm not even going to take out of the box. I'll be living out of boxes for the next 5 months.
And his cat.
Yeah,
is on the road right now.
She's on the road. She's got an Oren Burks situation going on right now. Backup mother, backup parent situation.
This guy. Primo. Well, shout out to Polar Knight. He says, as a barber, I always love the show. It has every stage of beard growth. Yeah.
Evan looked like he just grew
a little light today. Yeah.
Mark says, quit moving on Mondays in the snow, Ev.
Yeah.
It's true.
Primo, say it with your chest.
Yeah, I might say it with my chest. Listen, I'm glad we had something to celebrate last night, but celebration is meant to have fun, have a good time. let's do that, man. We don't have to do the stupidity. I'm watching a lot of the videos that happen. My man who decided to go ahead and bring out the pistol, like it wasn't necessary. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know, the car situation wasn't necessary. Some people disrespecting the police wasn't necessary. Like, just have a good time. It's just that's the type of BS that just ruins it for us all. We got one more celebration to do. Two more celebrations to go.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2 more celebrations to go. The day of the game and then the parade. Like, come on. Let's not ruin it. You know what I mean? Let's be able to have a good time. So, just do better. All right, let's go.
Say it with chest. Again, I will say it till I turn red in the face. Root for your players. Believe in them, especially in the Super Bowl. I think this team is capable of winning the big one. I feel that we've all felt like that. I think the last game, if that's any inkling of what, they dropped the 55 burger on the Commanders. It could have been 58, Jake. But I'm just saying, the amount of points that we dropped, I mean, the way in the fashion that we did it, it's a perfect kind of game going into the Super Bowl. So I'll say it with my chest: support your players, support this team. They need it. They'll feed off your energy.
How great is it going to feel if Jalen goes out with the shades on and the Alshon Jeffrey interview with the? I don't even know why we had to come out here for this. We could have just stayed at home. I'll be fucking hype.
I mean, it would definitely hype people up, but I don't know, man. He seems like he's just a big ass kid. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think, I can see the shades, but I can see him, going a different direction with it and really enjoying himself. I mean, like, just seeing those 3 rookies in there. Well, the rookies in there celebrating this, holding the trophy, like taking it all in. First year into the NFL, and you get to experience this. I mean, that's a great thing. I love the shot of Cooper sitting at his locker holding the trophy. That's cool, man. So I'm really happy for these young boys.
Sports King asked what the easier we're going to do for 2 weeks. Shaking my head. I will have some Senior Bowl updates with some players that are popping. A little quick, brief Senior Bowl update. I'll try to do that the next couple days. Just a quick one. Just a little brief something, just to give you guys some nuggets. Obviously, we're all looking for the next Quinyon Mitchell. Yes.
Abdul Carter says he wants to hurt his draft stock just so we can go get him.
Does he?
I think I had it's not 100% verified, but I read something recently this week about how he wants to play for the Eagles and how he should tank his own stock just so the Birds go get him.
Oh. I'd love to see that. But before we get out of here, shout out to Red Bull for giving the tailgate wings. They just dropped a surprise line. All of a sudden, 2 Red Bull reps just showed up with Red Bull gear and saved the day. But so shout out to Red Bull for giving the tailgate wings. We appreciate that. Also, we appreciate Svelli's Pizza for providing the cheesesteaks that Prime forgot to bring to Evan. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate Bud Light for holding the tailgate down, for bringing so much this season, and the field goal net, the football throwing nets. They hooked us up this year, and people enjoyed it. Shout out to 1675 for the last tailgate. Everybody was loving all the drinks you guys brought. Shout out to our honorary captain, Conchak and Italian Bakery. Shout out to Lowski for providing the soundtrack of our lives and Hip Trip. They make a great duo. And shout out to Alex, Smoking and Son.
Big time, yeah.
Alex is a major superstar.
That mac and cheese and brisket. Ooh.
If you don't know who Alex is, he's actually a legend. Our last chef that came, Tyler, he spoke of the folklore of
Alex.
What is Alex? I was like, so Alex is kind of like a Brian Dawkins of barbecue.
It's true.
He's spoken of highly.
He always does well.
But last word, Primo, we'll go with you. Last word before we get out of here.
Hey, look, we got 2 weeks before the big game. Like the players, like the squad, we're gonna rest up just as well. It's been a very interesting, entertaining year, a blessed year. Our ups, our downs, but we got through this together, just like the birds. When you put a good game plan together, you see the outcome. And yesterday was like our Super Bowl tailgate, man, and we went all out, and especially the way we came together to go ahead and revive the little fumble that I may have caused. But even the one person that gets clowned, for being an opposing team's fan. But hey, bro, was clutch. I love him to death, man. I can't stop thanking him for that. Big shout out to the wife. Got the merch.
Oh, nice.
She hooked it up. Yeah, so she surprised me with this today.
I was asking this question, Prime. Is that merch only good for the flex for 1 week?
That's it. I flex it for the 1 week, and then I put it away. I got to get the hat, and then I put it away. That's like people were asking me yesterday, like, how come you don't go to Broad Street? I don't do that. I don't celebrate. It's like Kobe said. They were up 2-0. What'd he say? I'm not happy. We ain't done. We're not done. Yeah. We're not done. You know what I mean? So that's just me. That's just my choice. I respect everybody else who, was out there and all that stuff, but that's just me. When we win it all, I will be out there. I will be out there, and I will be celebrating with the rest of y'all. Yeah.
Shout out to you, Kev. Shout out to you, Kev. Ev, last word.
Personally, for me, I was walking around that tailgate yesterday. And I was telling everybody all day it's going to be a blowout. We're blowing the doors off. I've been talking this shit loud and proud for a while now because I truly believe that this Eagles team is the best team in the NFL, and I still feel that way. I'm not going to start talking scared now. I think that this Eagles team's going to win. I think about factors that, just like I said earlier, I think that we have the better team all around. I think about the mentality and the growth that we've been able to have since we lost the Super Bowl. Both Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, the head coach and the quarterback, the things that really gotta be working together, have been working together, despite the reports that happened in the offseason. You look at things like, you remember in the beginning of the year, before the year even started, that shot of Jalen Hurts' cell phone? He's sitting there. His background is him walking off the field in the Super Bowl loss with the red confetti coming down. There's no doubt in my mind that this has festered in his brain for years. And nobody is taking this situation lightly. I think all the players are 100% locked in. And I believe it is already written that the Eagles are going to win Super Bowl 59. We're going to be the champs. And I'm going to be there for
it. Helena, her last word, but she said, I said belt to ass on camera, and I meant it. Sure did. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you saw this, but
when I think about the game, we're about to give them belt to fucking ass.
Smoky Mind's future wife right there.
Yeah, man. As soon as she dropped that, I put my head down like. And I told my man, I was like, "Yeah, you really want a hype female? That's her right there." She went all out, man. She went all.
If you guys are the Eagles were like, Eagles media were like, round up people that you think that could hype up the crowd. Or give a good speech, and like Helena's talking to the Eagles and then going off. I'm like, boy, we got one more. We got one more. we got one more.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tim's last word.
We got one more. Go ahead. The Eagles are going to go to the Commanders, and we're going to send them back down 95.
Why? Because this is our house. We run this.
Yeah,
This
shit.
is 2024. We got Saquon. We got AJ. We got Devontae. We got Jalen Hurts.
Hell yeah.
Did you break your throat or something?
Who, me?
No, because that sounded like it hurt.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Oh man,
He's
that was
animated, man. Tim was animated at the moment. Yeah.
that was funny, man. Is it my last word before we get out of here?
It is. It is.
Yeah, man. Keep riding high, man. This is it's incredible. Just wearing our Eagles merch. Anywhere we go, we're getting stopped.
Quit whining. Jesse Wine.
Yeah, just Jesse Wines is, this guy. He's ready to go to sleep. I'm like, bro, like we're in Alabama. We're going to get crawfish. He's like,
How much shit you got on your bed right now? You got the normal spread, the full charcuterie board.
He definitely has the normal
There you
spread. Yeah, he definitely has the normal spread, and that's exactly what he's going to bed with. Everything on the bed.
Got some Skittles.
Sprinkle some Skittles on there. You find them throughout your night's sleep.
Yeah, man. It's this guy's crying. I'm like, yo, we're in Alabama. We're going to get some crawfish. He's like, I don't know.
You make Jalen Hurts proud with that.
I might have heartburn. I'm like, bro, come on, man.
Get the man some Tums.
So that's where we're going now. We're going there now. But yeah, last word. Yeah, the energy's riding high. Stay focused. Job's not finished. If you can get down to the stadium in New Orleans, get down there. Just bring the vibes and believe in your team.
Yes, sir. And
go Birds. And we'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, let's fly, Eagles, fly, and get some sleep. Guys, get some sleep.